What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Ox Unbox. This is Ox Unbox, episode 29, the New Year's 2026 edition. As you can see, I got the skyline picture in the background featuring the Brooklyn Bridge going over to New York City. Got a little light there that's kind of blocking the skyline there. But that is a canvas of New York City in the background. And I grew up in New York City, but my ass has never been to Times Square on New Year's Eve. You could bet your ass on that. Ain't no way I'm going to be out there wearing diapers. Ain't no way any true New Yorker has ever fucking been to Times Square on New Year's Eve. So this year, I'm going to get dressed nice and proper and go to my living room and chill. That's pretty much New Year's now, but we got a college football game on there. We got Stranger Things going, and we also got the hors d'oeuvres and the Rockin' Eve. I think Snoop Dogg's got some shit going on, so definitely should be chilling, watching that. So I'm doing a little bit something different today, and I'll show you in a little bit. I know a lot of people have been doing their top 5 hats of the year, top 10 hats of the year, and that's awesome. So I just didn't want to regurgitate that. So I'm doing a little bit something different. First, to get started off, I'll show you the stove that I'm going to be enjoying tomorrow evening on New Year's Eve. Big ups to Carl Kreitzer, again, at the Old Tavern Road Leatherworks. That's that symbol there. Carl Kreitzer is great with the Leatherworks. Transport my cigars. This is a nice little pouch there. So I'm going to go with the El Mago. The El Mago cigar. That's a cigar that's a little bit on the light end there. Looks like a Connecticut wrap. More on the mild side of things. Sent to me by John M. Miller from MC Cigar Shop and Lounge. Big up, John. John, I haven't heard from John in a while. He texted me recently. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, John. El Mago. Can't wait to sample that one. Supposed to be a very, very good cigar. Established 1965. Handmade. And again, I cannot wait to try that sucker out tomorrow. And of course, for New Year's Eve, we gotta have the champagne, New York style, baby. And that's that New York champagne. I can't even pronounce that French name, but my neighbor gave this to me for Christmas. And I'm gonna pop that sucker tomorrow on New Year's Eve. Gotta go with that champagne at midnight. None of my fucking sports teams have won it anytime soon, so I might as well pop it on New Year's. There we go, right there. Got to do a little New York style. You'll be seeing some pics tomorrow. And, listen, everybody knows the last 5 years or so. I mean, personally for me, and I think for a lot of people, the last 5 years have been tough, right? 2020 starts off literally with a pandemic. 2021 goes into the full-fledged pandemic shit. All that crazy shit that was going on at that time as well. We've gotten into like a political civil war here in this country. And 2021, my grandmother had died. I had some other personal issues going on the side with some friends that I had lost over some bullshit. And then, this past year, 2024, my father died. In 2023, my brother-in-law died tragically. So it's been an absolute shit show the last 5 years, but you got to look at the positive. A lot of good things have happened, and one of the great things that have happened in 2025, and that was me finding you guys, finding this community, finding an audience for my voice, not just for the hats, but for life, for sports, and any other bullshit I want to talk, and the Ox Unbox and the support I've gotten for all the t-shirts and everything. So what an incredible journey I've been on. It hasn't even been a year. I would say that I kind of started, I've been on the groups for a couple of years, but I kind of started this Ox journey thing, really giving myself a brand and a voice, I would say, around probably early last year, late January, February, I guess January last year is when I started doing the first couple unboxings. So I really, first and foremost, for the new year, just want to thank all you guys for giving this whole new world to me this past year. What a great community we have. Who knew? Again, I got to say, who knew social media can bring such a cool thing. So big ups to 2025 for that. So let's look at those positive things. And a lot of other great things have happened along the way. You live, you love, you learn, you lose. And now we're going to flip the page to 2026. Let's make some great memories. Let's savor the memories we had this year and continue to go on and make new ones and do more new exciting things. I'm very excited about what things I have planned, things some others have planned. And, I can't wait to be on the podcast this year, more of the podcast, the Gentleman's Roundtable, the Scallywag Show. Let's just keep it up, keep it going, keep supporting each other. So what I wanted to do for New Year's, not my top 5 hats, because I think that, the top 5 hats, for me are always the top hats are going to be hats that they don't get worn as much because you sort of savor them and you protect them and you wait for that perfect moment to wear them. So I think a lot of people are like that with their wardrobes too. You get that cool shirt, that cool jacket, and you're just waiting for the perfect spot and time to wear it. And it winds up sitting in your closet for weeks, right? So I think that happens with hats too. So I want to do something a little bit different. I wanted to do the top 5 hats that I think that I've worn most this year as daily wearers. And a lot of times I don't post every daily wearer that I wear or every time I'm wearing a scally cap, right? So, I'm doing more of the daily stuff lately, but just those daily wearers, those go-to that kind of go with any outfits, and just ones that I either have felt like they were the best daily wearers this year or ones that I feel like will be going forward. So this cap right here, this is the Peaky Hat Enforcer. And the Peaky Hat Enforcer I got as a gift from Chad. Big up to Chad, my boy, first 508 Airborne from the Gentleman's Roundtable. He said he thought it was my style, and he sent it to me. It's very similar to the OG Razor, but I like it better. The OG Razor has a flexible back because it's an older one that I have. This one has the fitted back. I cut the strings out. These come with strings that are sizers, the Peaky Hats. I cut this out because it's a perfect size for me. And I put on the Sturkowski handgun pin as well, which I thought just made this even more gangster. And I got this from Temu, this little handgun pendant there. Got the Ox Unbox Peaky Edition t-shirt. Speaking of the year, my best seller of the year was the Boondock Saints ones, and big up to Bill from Pinhead's Pins for collabing with me on that pin, which helped sell that shirt and made that shirt become my best seller. This was my second best seller, tied with the Jaws, and then slightly behind that was the St. Patrick's, and the boxing one did very well as well. A couple others, but those were the top ones. This was the second best seller behind the Boondock. The Enforcer, I went over this in one of my shorts as well. I just think it's a great gangster cap. So this cap, I think, the Peaky Blinders cap from Boston Scally, it keeps your head warm. And it's definitely one that I would say you throw on, but this, I think if you want to go gangster, I'm not going to reach the OG Razor, and we used to, but I think this has replaced that for me, and I'm not going to reach the Peaky Blinders Boston Scally. First of all, that does have that crooked seam, which drives me a little bit nuts. But if you see, I still wear it, and you see how I tilt this hat, and look at the seam. When I tilt this hat, it gives the appearance that the seam is crooked. So that's what I do with the Peaky Blinder cap. I just tilt it, and you can't really tell. But just the look of that and everything is not going to be my go-to gangster. So this is my new go-to gangster. So these are like my top 5 go-tos, daily wearers of the year. Peaky Hat Enforcer. But then when you straighten it out, you could see that seam does line up, right? So that's that little bit of an optical illusion there. So now let's go with 4 other caps that I felt got a lot of daily wear this year. This particular cap got a lot of daily wear this year, and that's because I'm a biker. So I go on my motorcycle, and this is the cap that I really went to a lot. Ed Franco, I met him once, and actually I put this on, and I went to jump on my bike, and my bike's battery died, so I wound up taking my Jeep, but I still had this on when I met him over the summer at the Tiki Bar. So, this is just a leather flat cap. I have no idea where the hell it came from. I got it off eBay. There's like no tags in it. I have no fucking idea where it's made, where it came from. So it has that ambiguity. But it's that flat cap. And this is, of course, the motorcycle. Even the Harleys you would wear backwards, right? This one looks okay frontwards. It's got almost that like 3 sections, like a driver cap there. But the reason why it got so much wear this summer is because I love it on my motorcycle, and I love it going backwards like that. So every time I jumped on my bike, I brought this with me. So when I jumped off of it, wherever I was, I take the helmet off, and I threw this sucker on. And a lot of people asking me about it, that they need this cap and everything, and I got it on eBay. I can't even give you a link. I can't even tell you. It's just one of those real rare gems that I wound up finding. And it fit pretty damn well. I stretched it, and what I gotta say is the stretcher works really well on the leather. So when you're if you have a leather scally, the stretchers work great on that. I stretched it once, never shrunk, never had to stretch it again. Worked so great. So this one, ton of wear over the summer, daily wear on my motorcycle. Another one that got a lot of wear over the summer. And the reason why I got a lot of wear over the summer is because it's so damn light, so damn breathable, and I just love the colors of it. This is that cream color, Hologramme Paris from Shirt Show. Big up to Todd Soren, crew at Shirt Show. When I saw this on that site, I thought that was awesome. So I wound up them jumping a funky brims and getting the Casanova Hales flannel. So the Casanova Hales flannel goes great with this cream Hologramme Paris. Check out the Shirt Show website. Todd may still have it in stock. Such a dope cap. Made in Italy. And 50% cotton and some other shit in Italian I can't really read right now. It's that cotton that makes it really light with that liner in there. And I wore this so much over the summer because I love wearing the light colors in the summer, right? So not only is the cap light and the cap breathable to give you that scally look, but I love the color. I love the look of the cap. And it just went with so many of the light colored stuff that I wear in the summer. You got to wear that white in the summer. So I thought this was such a dope cap, and I wore it a ton over the summer. Like I said, because of how light it was, you just kind of grab it, throw it on, you ain't gonna sweat in that. So now these two others, fairly newer. These are ones that I anticipate are gonna get a lot of daily wear. And one of them is the Mulligan Gear linen. And the Mulligan Gear linen here, I wound up getting it in the fall, but I know it's going to get a ton of wear in the spring and summer because I love the colors. Again, that white color, the light color. It's 100% linen. So that linen series, made in USA, Mulligan Gear. This cap, the thing with it is a little bit too flat in the front for me. Not too bad. I'll rock it like that. But everybody knows Anox, and I just love the way this friggin' cap looks backwards, man. I love the way this cap looks backwards. And you know how I like to rock backwards caps. Light stuff in the warm weather. This Mulligan Gear linen that I picked up in person in the fall when I went to see Jim on my way back from Boston when I went to the Irish versus Boston College game. I said this is going to be worn a lot in the summertime. Speaking of Mulligan Gear, he gets 2 props today because my 5th cap, this one is going to be worn a ton. And it's going to be worn a ton because of the neutral colors. And that's the cap I just showed on my last Ox Unbox shorts. That's the Mulligan Gear Gang Boss in that new blue color. The neutral colors, the blue, the black, the beige in there. Nice liner inside, like that satin type liner that's very comfortable. This is a shell wool blend that, as I said the other day, in a large in Mulligan Gear is going to be equal to your medium large in Boston Scally on the 58 centimeter. If you want to order it on site, you go on there, Mulligan Gear's website, go in the Gang Boss tab, and then scroll down to the last one, and that's this one. Just showed that on my last short, and this thing's going to get a ton of wear. This is a daily wearer. It's gangster, and it's also got those neutral colors. So the colors and the weight of the cap and also the look of it is really what leads to what you would just grab more. And everybody that has a lot of caps know what I'm talking about. When you go in that closet, there are going to be ones that you just gravitate towards because you don't have too much time to think and coordinate an outfit. So boom, grab this, whatever the hell you're wearing, it's going to look good. So those of my top 5 caps that that were worn the most, or that are gonna be worn the most, because they really, I guess what they are the top 5 daily wearers. So everybody have a happy new year. Don't drink too much. Be safe out there. If you're in New York City at Times Square, you're a fucking nut. Wear your diapers. So I ain't gonna be anywhere fucking near that shit. I'm gonna be in front of the television chilling, drinking my New York champagne, smoking my Elvis Mago stove, chilling with my family, eating Frank's, fucking mini Franks and fucking little knishes and pizza rolls, you know what I'm saying? So, again, thanks everybody for listening to my bullshit, tuning into my stuff, liking my content, buying my shirts. It's been a fantastic year in that respect, and I can't wait to see what 2026 brings. Happy New Year, everybody. Peace.